Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Roll Cage TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of fresh starts. It is time for a new season. We got game sounds. If you watched the last episode when I did the final race, you will have seen that, or you will have heard. Maybe you didn't see, but you would have heard that there was no game sounds in the last episode. That unfortunately was a result of the game having a bug. And somehow when I do that last race, it's happened a couple times now, it cuts out the game sounds halfway through the race. So unfortunately, it's a long race. It's 4 laps around. It's about 2 hours in total with intro and pit stops and all that stuff. So, yeah, break it up into 2 episodes, and the second episode was completely no game sounds. But you had me chatting, which is good enough. You don't watch this for the gameplay anyway, do you? Anyway, it's time to start a new season. I did not qualify for the official race, which, you know, I've not qualified for the official race, but I do the race anyway. And now it's time to start season 4. Because I didn't actually do the official race and didn't qualify, it's going to keep asking me if I want to qualify, but I'm not going to qualify. So what we do instead is go to this screen and go to seasons. And we just say, where's the active season? That's the active season. And X, start season, new season, Superbikes or Supersport. Yes, I will start a new season. And yes, I will do the same person. If I can fight him, yes. And motorbike setup. It is season 4, so we are going to put on all the level 4 equipment. And gotta remember what buttons to hit. And shocks, forks, and brakes. This is season 4 out of 5 with the Supersport, and then we're going to have a 5 super bike seasons, and that will wrap up my gameplay of this game. And so, yeah, it's clicking along. I don't know how long this series is going to be as far as total number of videos. All right, that is it for my setup. I got my driver, I got my motorbike. Let's start it up. Brand new season. And I have more than enough upgrade points to get through both seasons without actually having to gain any more, because there's a bug in the game that sometimes will give you like 10 times the number of upgrade points than you're supposed to have. More than 10 points. Anyway, and let me go to the map. And let's see, what is the qualifier like? Is it a full lap of something, or is it just a section? It is... Why can I see? Ah, it's just a section. Okay, so that's going to give me time to do some... I want to do some of these why don't I see them? Ah, these. Yeah, those are challenges. Not doing... Oh, wait, I have more? Oh, these are checked off. I did those, okay. And unfortunately, I think at least one or more of these might have expired, and I never got my credits for it, because I don't see any gray ones. I just see a green one. Did I do this one? Maybe I did this one. but probably not. I did do this one. Okay, well, I'm not going to be doing that one then. 4 more days until... Okay, so it is going to be time to do the qualifier. And look at that. They put me right in front of the qualifier. So I'll just mosey on over there on my own. Open world game. My kitty cat, if you were watching the last episode or watching earlier in the stream, my roommate is giving him some attention time. If you're watching on stream, it was a longer break than usual because he had the carpet needed some attention. Thanks to the cat. I'll just leave it at that. You can imagine what that means. But that's all taken care of, and kitty cat is getting a little bit of exercise, a little bit of attention. I don't think the microphone will pick it up, but in case it does, fair warning. All right, I can just give myself a half a tank, but I'm not going to change it. It doesn't matter. That little extra weight doesn't mean anything to me. Let's verify that it's got all the right nice, beautiful purple upgrades. And full tank. Okay, that's fine. Let's start the event. And the first free practice. Let me do, it's short track. I will do 1 free practice lap before I do the qualifier. I've got 60 minutes. I'll just spend the entire YouTube episode doing nothing but qualifier. Doing nothing but free practice. No, I'm not. I've been playing. Why is this zoomed out so much? And I can't zoom in either. Is it zoomed out because I have the map zoomed out? Doesn't seem to be right. I'm letting them all get ahead of me because otherwise they might run in behind me because I'm going to be slow. Still more coming out. Yeah, this is start of season 4, I believe. Yes, level 4. Are they done? They look like they are done. All right, let's go to the track. Do 1 warm-up lap. And then I will... do the qualifier. And fair warning, if this is the first time you're watching me play this game, I will probably qualify last. This game is difficult, much more difficult than the first or second version, where I could win some races, a good number of races in the first game, especially if I played with sidecars, but even without the sidecar. Second game, I'd finish generally middle of the pack, like 3rd or 4th. This game, I cannot beat the easiest AI. I cannot finish. The highest I've ever finished was in 1 race. I finished 8th place out of 10. There's a few reasons for that. Major reason is I'm not that good. Second reason is it's probably not because I'm racing first-person view. People bring that up. Say, why are you racing first-person view? You're awful brave to do that. No, I get third-person view disorients me. I can't handle third-person view. I don't race in helmet cam view. I race in tank cam, but it's not even a tank cam. It's a gimbaled tank cam, which stays level with the road. In car racing, I drive with hood view, which is about the easiest way to play. And you might say, well, if the best you've ever finished is 8th, why don't you just turn down the difficulty level? Yeah, I have the difficulty level turned all the way down. It doesn't matter. The game is really hard. It's a great game. I think it's the best motorcycle game out there, but compared to other motorcycle games, it's really hard. Compared to earlier versions of the game, it's really hard. And the game was one of the harder games in the first place, by far, and now it's by even farther. There's a new developer. They're still using the Kiloton Racing engine, KT Racing engine, but they rewrote the game from scratch with a new developer. And apparently that developer thought, you know, even though this is the hardest motorcycle racing game out there, it's still not hard enough. I think it's turned, even people, I watch people online, like the people that, KPG Gooner, I don't think has played this game yet. He's someone I started following a while back because he's plays through like every motorcycle game. I don't think he's played through this game yet. It's less than a year old. But other people I've watched play it, they've just played like once and have not come back to play more of the game, even though they often come back. Like Jimmy Broadbent will play, he mostly does car racing, so I can't really, he doesn't do a lot of motorcycle racing, but other people who I can't think of often do motorcycle racing. They did their first look at the game and have not played it since, like no career. Other games they might do, if not a career, they'll do, it'll be in their rotation of games to play. Maybe they'll give you a hints video or something, and I mean, people still have hints videos out there how to do better, but then they don't actually show them racing. Here's a hint, and they only show little clips of them, doing the hints while staying on the bike, and you just know they did not stay on. They're picking up the game from scratch. They did not stay on the bike, and they have no other videos of the game. So even though they usually let's skip the session now. Even though they usually, do multiple episodes on one game, they buy the game, they are terrible at it, so they come up with some hints. I mean, they're not as terrible as me. They come up with some hints, and then, publish a YouTube video on hints where it's just highly edited. I have watched people, in fact, I've got one follower who I will not name, who streams the game, and he's got a top score on a lot of the leaderboards. And you watch him stream, and I mean, to be honest, he is going for top score, but he's falling off all the time. It's a very difficult game, and even the easiest difficulty AI, the game does not have very wide rubber banding from first AI place to last AI place. It's pretty tight, so finishing in the middle of the pack is difficult. Is it wide rubber banding or loose rubber banding? That's the one thing. So, fair warning, if you're new to the game, it's very difficult. Much more difficult to actually play than other motorcycle games. And the AI is much more difficult than the last bit of it. Now, the game handles great. Even handles better than the first two games, which handled great. Open world map, the actual Isle of Man, laid out, has other tracks to do, other circuits, not just the main one, but it's also open world. You can drive around. It's very nice. TT Isle of Man 2 had an open world, but it was not a real place. It was supposed to be someplace in Northern Ireland, I think. I mean, it may have been a real place, but it wasn't to scale laid out like the Isle of Man. And hopefully you don't hear me chewing too much. I've not had lunch. And I'm hungry. I'm eating pretzels, which are the quietest food I can eat while I'm streaming. If you're watching on YouTube, you're not familiar with streaming, especially Twitch streaming. It's completely acceptable for streamers to eat on stream. Some people stream 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't do that. But I do every mid-season marathon have a 12-hour stream, which if you're watching the VOD before the first Saturday of February, which you only have a week to do, as I'm recording this, that's coming up. If you're watching on YouTube, that's past. Probably by a ways. I don't know exactly when this YouTube video is coming out, but definitely after the first Saturday of February. Yeah, 12-hour streams. If you missed this one, you're interested in a 12-hour stream. Variety stream, me playing a bunch of games. That comes out the first Saturday in the mid-month of the season. Hence the mid-season marathon. Now, you might think, what's the mid-month? Because seasons start like the end of December. If you include December as one of the months, then first week of February is not mid-month, right? Because you got December, January, and then February and March. But there isn't much in December that's actually part of the season. So you're the first week of February. That's almost exactly, depending on the day of the week, the midpoint of the season. So February, May, August, and November. And I didn't actually have to count that on my fingers. 30 days, half September. April, May, June. I don't know, August. I don't know how many months. What are the months that have 30 days? I don't know the rhyme. I just know how to count on my knuckles. My roommate just walked by, pretty close by where I'm streaming, dragging a cat toy behind her, and the cat's walking, following the cat toy, not really jumping around, playing with it. They've been playing for a while. He's an old man. He's 13 and a half years old. He still plays a lot for an old cat, but he's starting to lose interest, I think. He really wanted attention, but he wants attention from his daddy. We are well bonded. Sleeps with me, sleeps on my chest like at least once a day, once a night, or old man naps we take in the afternoon. Which on the weekend streams is right in the middle of old man nap time, so I think it throws him off. I've mentioned earlier in the stream, he always wants attention when I'm about ready to go stream. Stream 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time Saturday and Sunday, and then 6:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time Tuesdays and Thursdays. And at 12 p.m. U.S. Central Time on Saturdays and Sundays, he wants to play. And at 6 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays U.S. Central Time, he wants to play. He always wants to play while I'm trying to set up for my stream. Now, that's not the reason I'm often late for my stream, but I can't not play with him for at least a couple minutes. He needs his physical and mental exercise. He had a playmate until summer before last, but unfortunately she died. So now I'm his playmate. Oh, I have to... This thing is like bugged out. You have to... You can't just scroll down. You have to move the stick around like left, right before it lets you scroll down to get to the right menu. You can't scroll to the... But I don't know. It doesn't show where the cursor is, and so you have to scroll somewhere to get the cursor to show up. Anyway, I qualified last. Damn, again, that was terrible. 7-second gap between first and second place in a 3-minute race. So, again, pretty tight rubber banding. That's a little bit better than when the game first came out, I think. And I'm a minute and a half behind. Almost. I used to try to shoot for... Did I make it? Yes, I just made it. I used to try to shoot for getting a smaller gap between me and 9th place, the last place AI, than between the last place AI and the first place AI. I'm not even close to that now. I think they made the rubber banding better by making the top people go faster. Either that or I'm just terrible. Oh! My electronics were not all the way up. That's why I had a problem. I'd have finished much faster if that EBS was on 3 instead of 2. Not really. Alright. I got time for a race. Rainy. It is just a single section, so I might have time for another qualifier after this. Problem with Rainy is get motion blur. Get motion blur as it is streaming. The Xbox Twitch app was redone not too long ago, and they took away the ability to set the bit rate so that it would stream at 720 60 frames. So the best I can do is 720 30 frames or 1080 60 frames. I would play the game in 4K if I had a 4K monitor. But I can never stream at 4K. I can't really stream effectively at 1080 60. I need new equipment. But I would also have to pay my streaming service more. Stream at 1080 60. And the problem is 1080 60 streaming has almost as much motion blur as 720 30. 720 60 is almost no motion blur at all. But did I actually start the session? No, I did not, which is why nobody else is getting out of the blocks. Oh, wait. Oh, it's an actual race. That's right. I'm going to the track now, and it's showing everyone at the starting line. I wonder why. So yeah, sadly, the new Xbox Twitch app, and they try to make it easier because rather than setting the baud rate or the bit rate to whatever you want, which may not work out well if you're like sending it to Lightstream and that sort of thing, and it's more complicated. They just have a drop-down menu, but they don't offer the drop-down menu of 720 60 frames, which is I won't say a common resolution, but is the best resolution to minimize the motion blur. And it is a resolution that Lightstream supports, and they do have full Lightstream support now, which it was in beta when I started streaming. Now it's not just in beta, but the beta version was better because they let you stream various bit rates. I would like it if they added that option, but I don't know if they ever are. They took away a lot of options. I'm sure the app was rewritten from scratch, and they took away the ability to watch VODs from the Xbox Twitch app. They took away the ability to chat from the Xbox Twitch app. Now, okay, chatting, if you're going to use the on-screen keyboard, it can be more difficult to chat, but just taking away the entire feature. And, you know, there are such things as actual keyboards you can plug into the Xbox, and chat pads you can plug in your controller. And so taking away the ability to chat is terrible. You say, well, if you want to chat, you either have to use your phone or your tablet. Well, you don't have a phone or a tablet that... I mean, I guess you can say... I was going to say, if you don't have one that can keep up with a major 1080 stream, if somebody is not streaming on multiple qualities. But you can on the mobile app, at least on the Android version. I'm guessing the iOS version is the same. You can just go to chat only. But yeah, that's terrible that they took away the ability to watch the VODs even. I mean, I could watch the VOD on my phone. So what I do is I go in the browser on the Xbox to watch the VODs. And you know what? I can chat on the browser too. But that has a lot more overhead than on the Twitch app itself. The Twitch app is a lot more convenient, but it's only for watching, not interacting, and only watching live. And I'm a VOD person. I'm the people that I like to watch stream. I'm not always... I mean, I don't watch people that stream for 12 hours a day. But if somebody streams a couple hours because it's a certain event they're going to do, and they'll stream it for a couple hours, I've watched some chess streamers that maybe are playing in a titled Tuesday chess.com match or something. It's a few hours. I want to watch that. I'm not going to necessarily be available, but I want to catch up with what happened. So I do that by watching a VOD, or if it's, you know, a more serious chess tournament, the same thing. And they aren't always posted after the fact to YouTube, so watching the Twitch VOD may not be simulcast on YouTube. They might not have the rights to simulcast on YouTube. I know I don't have the rights to simulcast on YouTube. You need to be a Twitch partner and have a contract with them to give you the ability to do that. Not even just a partner, you need to have a separate contract from just a partnership, where I'm an affiliate, a lowly affiliate. For a second I thought I could say that. I have there's a setting that says you can make the grass less realistic, but it's not like some games, like I think Glide, if you turn on the option, it's just like being on the tarmac. It's not like that. There is still some slipperiness to it, but it's not as severe as it would be in real life if you turn that option off. I mean, it's obviously it's not as slippery as it would be in real life, but if you turn that option off, it's as slippery in the game as in real life. In most ways, this is what people would consider a simulation. The tuning options are not as full as some people would like, but you can set individual tire pressure, which is in my mind what makes it's not a sim racer unless you can set individual tire pressures. Now Granted, there's only 2 tires, and so it's 1 front versus 1 rear, which kind of obvious that you would want to do that in a motorcycle. And some racing games, you can change the tire pressure for the front tube versus the rear tube. I think F1 lets you do that. And F1 is not considered a sim because you can't set individual tire pressure. You can set wing angle and all this stuff, but it's not a sim unless it's nearly impossible to play, is the idea. It's literally impossible to play with a controller, and it is hardly possible to play with a wheel. And in fact, some people will say there are no sims. It's not a real sim. That's an arcade game. Forza Motorsports. That's too arcadey. F1. That's not a real sim. That's an arcade game. Project Cars. Granted, that's a simcade maybe, but it's mostly an arcade game. Okay, how about Assetto Corsa Competizione or whatever it is? Nope, not a real sim. Okay, what's a real sim? Give me one sim. Name an actual sim. Go to the track. Go to the track. Buy a $100,000 car and race it around the track. That's the only sim game there is. Can you tell I hate cars? I mean, I don't hate them. They're just jerks. That's I don't hate all jerks. I just make fun of them and call them jerks. It doesn't mean I hate them. I mean, some of them are incredibly obnoxious. Ah, no! Ow! Almost to the finish line. Can I cross the finish line? Off the bike. Does that count? If I wreck just before the finish line, I've had that question before. What happens in this game, or actually in real life, what happens if you fall off the bike just before the finish line? Maybe not so much in this game, because if you fall off the bike, you're probably in bigger trouble than like in a closed course where there's a runoff. If you fall off the bike just before the finish line, and you and the bike both cross the finish line, but you don't cross the finish line on the bike, what happens? Do you finish the race? Do you have to get back on the bike and walk it back behind the finish line and then drive it across the finish line? What happens? Anyone knows? Whisper me on Twitch or leave a YouTube comment. I'm talking about in real life, not in the game. I mean, if you know in the game, since this is a simulation, of course, it would be exactly like in the game, like it is in real life. No. It is the most sim motorcycle racing game I've found. Okay, how did I do? Well, within 2.5 times the gap, right? 50 seconds is a little less than a minute. 2 minutes. Okay, 3 times. That's not bad. 3 times 50 is 150, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Almost. Nearly within 3 times. Okay, I did terrible. I always do terrible. Okay. Let's try the next race. The next qualifier, then the next race. Just clicking through the seasons here. 10 seasons, 5 on the Super Sport, increasing the upgrades, and then 5 on the Super Bikes. Let's get rid of the weather, but not going to matter because I'm going to go right to the next event anyway. So why did I bother when it doesn't matter? Again, it's just a section. Okay. And then we'll see what the full race is like. But I should have time to do this qualifier and the race, even if it's a whole circuit. race. I don't have much else to do, so I hope. I don't have any of the weekly events to do. Or bi-weekly or whatever they are. Okay, start it. Go to the track map. Let them all get a head start. Oh, my motorcycle is way back from the... Well, maybe because I'm so zoomed in, but the start-finish line there is the base of that arrow, I think, the line of that arrow, and I'm way back. Pit. Is a pit that far back? Maybe it takes that long to get a straightaway. I don't know. But yeah, it looks far away compared to what it usually looks like. Okay, guys, get out there because they will rear end you. If you're lagging and you're anywhere near the race line, they will hit you. They'll get a penalty for it, usually. They will hit you. You'll get a penalty because you'll be on the ground. Well, they'll also be on the ground. All right, let's go. One free practice and then one actual attempt. Yeah, see, I wasn't that far away in my run-up, in my autopilot run-up. Anyway, like I said, it zoomed in pretty far, so I didn't look to see what course it is. One course is only like 10 minutes around the whole course, so if this is one section of that. I think, I don't know, if all the, I know the main course has like 6 sectors. I don't know about the other tracks, these unofficial tracks. If they all have the same number, if they all have like 3, or if the longer ones have more. Because if this is the shortest course and it's the same for everyone, I mean, for all of the courses, this is 1/3 of the shortest course versus 1/3 of a longer course, then that would explain why it's so zoomed in, I guess. They try to fit it on the screen just barely. Maybe? Only been playing this game for, well, not since the day it came out. I played however many YouTube episodes there are. One YouTube episode is 1/3 of a stream, and I stream it once a week, so you do the math. I'm not going to do the math. I did buy the game a couple weeks before I started streaming it. Practiced it a little. It was during offline practice that I had my best finish ever on a race, which was 8th place. Hard to believe that I actually came in 8th, because usually the rubber band is pretty tight. I think 9th and 10th must have run into each other and knocked each other out. Like, ran into each other multiple times or something. On stream, and therefore on YouTube, I've never finished better than 10th. I hope to change that by the end of the series, but this is, I've done 3 seasons out of 10, so theoretically I'm not quite 1/3 of the way through. Yeah! And I finish 10th every time. Now, if I do the special events where people, around the world play actual human competition, I I don't always finish in the bottom 10%. But against the AI, game is quite difficult. It's not just me. It is me, but it's not just me. The game is very difficult. So don't get discouraged. I am here to set an achievable goal for all of you who bought the game and find it difficult. Just try to beat my time. If you beat my times, that's good enough. You're still not what I would call a success, but it's good enough. Don't worry about it. If somebody who sets as 4 times as me is willing to put it out there on Twitch and YouTube, then so can you. Or even if you don't want to put it out there in public, so can you. You could, if you wanted to. Nothing will stop you, because, I mean, why would anyone stop you? Okay. Actually do it for real. The platforms don't care how awful you are. The audience might, but the platforms don't care. You might get thumbs down on YouTube and terrible comments. But even I've only had, well less than half a dozen thumbs downs and bad comments. I've had more bad comments than thumbs down. But yeah, if you think I'm terrible, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube. Even give it a thumbs down. It still helps my engagement numbers. As long as I offset it with some thumbs ups. And it improves my engagement if it's controversial. So, there you go. A little controversial. Get into a flame war in the Twitch comments. I'm fine with it. Okay. 1 minute. But that was just free practice. That's income. 1 minute versus 7 seconds. That's, I don't know. 8 times worse. 9 times worse. Alright. Let's start the actual qualifier. And, again, track map. Let them get a lead. Cyclops course. This is not the shortest course. Sorry, not Cyclops. Clips? Eh? I don't know if that's a Manx name or a English name. Obviously, St. John's and Douglas are not English. I mean, are not Manx names. And Laxey sounds Irish. There's a mixture. In case you don't know, the Isle of Man is approximately halfway between Northern Ireland and Wales on the north, in the Irish Sea. Is it Wales or is it Scotland there? Or is it Northern England? It's in there somewhere. Halfway between the island of Ireland and the island of Great Britain. Great Britain is not a country name. It's a geographical term. Refers to the island. It's not because the British are great. It's because it's the largest island in the chain. I mean, not that the British aren't great. Just making no comment on the British. Although the British, the Britons have not been around for a long time. Because the Anglo-Saxons drove them out. I think there may still be Britons in Brittany. Briton descendants. I think there's probably Briton descendants. And the Britons were like you know, the Romans conquered the Britons, and so there's heavy, not just Roman influence, but Roman genes and stuff, and mixed in with the Britons. But Britain was a Gaelic language, which I don't know if anybody speaks anymore. Maybe in Brittany, which is in France, but I don't know for sure, because I don't know everything, even though I watch an awful lot of educational YouTube videos. All of my education comes from YouTube, which is, I'm not alone in that. Everything I know, I learned on YouTube, which is why half of it is totally wrong. But only half. The trick is knowing which half. I suppose if it's something you think you know, you don't know which half it is. But some people might know which half it is. If I'm wrong about something, leave a comment. Get in a flame war. Improve my engagement numbers. I don't always, well, I mean, I'll usually get 1 or 2 comments maybe on a YouTube video. But I don't know if there's ever been like a flame war on my YouTube comments, because I don't get enough comments. Get together with you and someone you disagree with on every possible subject, and get into a flame war on my YouTube channel. Now, I might have to start moderating the comments if it gets out of hand. I do look at all the comments, but I have like very low moderation, because you know, free speech and all that. Now, I don't think YouTube restricts videos based on what's in the comments. They may, I don't know. I do run an all ages channel on Twitch. Because in part because the chat in Twitch is posted on the YouTube, and YouTube has the technology to see and hear things on the screen. I guess not so much see, but I like having an all ages stream anyway. It's a place for people to go. I'm in the minority in that regard, especially for, I mean, I don't play kids games, and I play a lot of racing games, and the people, shout out to the Barrel Rollers, that's on BR on Twitch chat. A lot of the people that I hang out with have said they would refuse to even watch my stream. Not just wouldn't chat, but even watch my stream if it's an all ages stream. Now, there's other people that have all ages streams, or at least have chat moderation pretty high up. Including people that are willing to swear themselves, but sometimes the chat moderation can be a little inconsistent. I mean, obvious words will be moderated out, but sometimes things that are not so obvious are moderated out. Like if you say something that includes a word you're not supposed to say, it might find it in the middle of the word, and it's not an exact science. They get ChatGPT to moderate the chat. They know everything. They're a perfect large language model. They would never get math wrong or anything like that. Go into ChatGPT and ask, what is 2 + 2? It will more likely to not say 5 because of sarcasm on the internet. In the large language model, 5 is the most common answer. I don't know, maybe they fixed that obvious one by now, but it famously does not do math right. If you ask a scientific question, you ask a question of real information, the kind of thing that if you just Googled, or excuse me, Binged, you would get actual information. Showing up high in the list would be an article. And it was a math question. You'd get the Wikipedia page, which is going to be mostly correct, at least mathematically correct. Science question, you'll get an actual real science video for most things. You know, conspiracy theories and stuff excluded, but you ask ChatGPT, it's going to give you everything all messed up. Completely unmoderated, you know. It's a large language model. You can't moderate everything that's on the internet. All right. I got my 5 reward points. 2,106 reward points because the game is screwed up and giving me 10 times, 20 times more than I deserve a couple of times. All right, let's see. It's unlikely to have time for another qualifier, but let's see if it's a really short, or time for this race. If it's a really short one, it's a single section, and it's a quick race. Let's go ahead and do it. The episode will probably be a little over an hour. My phone is going to start complaining that the battery is low. It's already complaining the battery is low, as a matter of fact. 14%. That's enough. It's just on my phone. That's where the timer is. If the battery dies, that's fine. Oh, now my tablet is also telling me. One of my tablets telling me the battery's low. 15%. It'll be fine. It's not a crash the stream. I just crashed my ability to work with the stream. Okay, let's start. Oh, thank goodness it's not a staggered start, because that would take me an extra 90 seconds just to start. Let's see, with a mass start though, I can get off to a faster start because I'm playing on the lower AI, and then I am at risk of getting hit from behind. Now see, they're pretty loose, right now, pretty loose rubber banding. Maybe there was an accident. Somebody's right near me. I can just barely check that out of the corner. Okay, there's a couple of people right near me. Now they're about to pass me, I think. Oh, somebody wrecked. Not last yet. Close. They're back on their bike. They're coming for me. It's hard to believe that this is the lowest AI. I don't know, the game is so difficult. I don't have this much lack of success. I mean, I'm an old man, I don't have great reflexes. My fine motor control isn't really good. My nerves are not good. You know, I'm an old man. Even though I've been playing video games for 50 years, since video games became a thing. I play strategy games on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, and during the week, publish them on YouTube. And I'm terrible at those too. But not as bad, because they don't require reflexes and that sort of thing. Fine motor control. But I mean, I'm not horrible. In Dirt Rally, I usually finish in the middle of the pack as far as people that play the game. Dirt Rally is considered a difficult racing game too. Not as difficult as most. It's not like a sim. I've had that conversation before. Dirt Rally 2.0. But I love Dirt Rally as the daily events that every day there's something to do, no matter how many times you played through the game. Which, to be fair, you haven't really played through the game, I think, you could say, unless you beat the game at the highest club level, which it's a promotion relegation system. And so you have to earn your way up to the highest division, and which I've never done or come close, because the game is difficult as far as AI. But I know people have had some, much more success than they've had at this game. Well, people do succeed at this game. They qualify. I'm sure many people can beat the best AI at the final race. But it is difficult, for sure. And if you never played a motorcycle game, motorcycle games are the hardest genre of racing games. Oh, I did lift, but I made a turn. I did that one without lifting. Not going to even try to do this one at full speed. Fast section, in other words. Yeah, one of the reasons it's so difficult is because there's a delay. You don't steer by turning the wheel. You steer by leaning, and a human can only shift their weight so quickly. So, and it's very easy to oversteer in the game. Much easier to oversteer, I think, than in real life, to be honest. But, going this fast, I can say. I've never gone this fast on a bike. Anyway, how'd I do? Ooh, not bad. The gap from first to ninth is 33 seconds, and my gap from first to me is 102 seconds, which means I met my goal of being closer to ninth place than ninth place is to first place. So that's a victory in my book. Yay! End of the stream on a win. A roll cage win. Let's hit continue before they change their mind and decide, oh, no, I'm sorry. Did we say 1 minute? We meant 10 minutes. Anyway. Oh, did I get like 2,000? I think I got like 2,000 reward points. I gotta check. Oh, I can't see now. Oh, I can't see in the corner. Oh, that must have been my total reward points. I don't know what I got for that particular race. Yeah, 2,114. My overlay is covering it up, my stream overlay, so I can't really see it. I suppose I could look at my stream monitor, but I've got it at a low resolution and small, so I can't really tell. Usually just for the audio, so I know if something goes wrong. Anyway, that is going to do it for me today, folks. If you're on Twitch, stick around for a minute. I'll find someone to raid. If you are on YouTube, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode will be the next weekday. Sorry, the next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, Saturday and Sunday. On Saturdays, most Saturdays, I have Dirt Rally 2 that drops at noon U.S. Central Time. Currently getting some good views on my Dirt Rally. Better than I was getting when most people played Dirt Rally. So maybe there's still people out there that are craving the Dirt Rally. Nobody else is playing it on video anymore. Moving on to the new game. I would play the new game too if I had the new console, which I don't have. Having some expenses, buying a new car, all that stuff. Anyway, so if you're watching on Twitch, again, stick around. If you're watching on YouTube, next episode, next weekend day. This comes out on a Saturday. It'll be tomorrow. You know how weekends work. Anyway, either way, I hope you have a great evening, afternoon, I'm going to do this in reverse order again. Morning, night, whenever until I see you again. And wherever you are going, on the road or in life, even if you're on a motorcycle, don't forget to enjoy the drive. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.